What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another Shadowlands video. How are y'all doing? Get the coffees going. Kick back and relax. What's on my keyboard? Get off. Something's on my keyboard. Okay. Let's get into this. We're doing another Rogue video today. I got some awesome swords now. I got, I forget, it was a Tazavesh or something. One of these dungeons that I got this. Just dope transmogs. So, anyway. Another dungeon today, we're going to talk about streets, Tazavesh streets. So I did a plus 15. We're going, basically doing the whole world tour here on our Rogue. And, I mean, the damage is insane, guys. Honestly, I'm just continuously impressed. We're above 2K rating now. Just blew past 2K. We got 15s on all the fortifieds, and now we're starting to get 15s or 17s on the tyrannical weeks as well. So we're getting there. We got a couple tyrannicals done last night. I'm going to try and do a couple more tonight maybe and get our rating up there. So just very fun playing the Outlaw Rogue. If you guys haven't played Outlaw Rogue and you enjoy like fast-paced melee gameplay, oh my god, man, this is it. This is the absolute max. It's just crazy. Your cooldowns are just rolling all the time, and you just have to be really paying attention to what you're doing, and it's just, it's so much fun. So let's get into the plus 15. Let me tell you about my build. It's the same build as before. Now, we went back to Kyrian. I was Necrolord for a little bit there, but I'm not as in love with the Necrolord playstyle. It really deviates away from Sinister Strike because you need to be pressing Serrated Bone Spike a lot, and I don't want to be doing that on my build because my Sinister Strike, when it hits an additional time, as this legendary says, there's a chance that my next pistol shot will fire 3 times. So that's the legendary I've been rocking. I really, really enjoy it. People have been talking a lot about green skins, and there's something that I probably need to craft and just give it a shot because it is very interesting. Now, the placement of green skins sucks because it's either on your head or your waist. But I guess thankfully for me, I don't have a tier piece on my head, so I could put it on my head. But I got to give this a try at some point for sure because this seems pretty cool. Between the eyes has a 20% chance per combo point to increase the damage of your next pistol shot. So this is guaranteed, right? Because the tier set now gives us a pistol shot. Sorry, pistol shot gives you between the eyes, and now this is saying that you're between the eyes, as long as it's spending at least 5 combo points, is guaranteed to make your next pistol shot do 300% more damage, which is not too shabby because pistol shot does 1,200 damage right now. So imagine if it would do, I don't know, 3,600 damage, almost 4K. It's be about 3,600 damage for just that pistol shot. So the question for this legendary for greenskins is how often are you proccing between the eyes to take advantage of this? So I'm going to craft this later and explore it a little bit. For now, I'm loving Conceal Blunderbuss. I'm running Kyrian, of course. Here's my talent setup. It's Weapon Master, Acrobatics, Mark for Death, Elusive, Prey on the Weak, Alacrity, Blade Rush. I'm also going to experiment with Killing Spree tonight. Now, I know why people don't take Killing Spree because you can get yourself in really dangerous situations while you're pressing it. It doesn't have as much uncapped AoE as Blade Rush does because it hits all enemies. But I really do want to try Killing Spree. I just really want to try it. I think it'd be a lot of fun. So look for that. Also, I'm not doing Quick Draw because of my legendary. So Quick Draw is what a lot of people use. I'm using Weapon Master because it gives me 10% increased chance on Sinister Strike proccing my legendary. Okay, that's why I'm doing that. So that's the synergy there. That's it. That's the build. We're running Mechanicos, of course, and we've got Reverberation and Count the Odds. And I was running Sleight of Hand in this video. I'm going to experiment today with this main gauge one, Ambidexterity, giving main gauge a 6.3% additional chance to proc when Blade Fury is active. The reason that's important is because main gauge is your tier set again. Your main gauge has a 25% chance to fire a pistol shot. So increasing the chance that that's going to happen is interesting to me. It's just interesting. So I'm going to try that tonight. Let's get into the video. Let's jump over here. Here's the opening pack here. I have my, unfortunately, my webcam's in the wrong spot. So we're going to move this over here. There we go. We're going to be opposite day today. You guys are going to have to get used to looking at me in different spots. This is the opener. We're doing a lot of AoE damage. This opener is very, very dangerous. I've already popped Cloak of Shadows. I'm going to show you why. There's a bomb that explodes right here. It's unavoidable. This Radiant Pulse. I mean, I think you could actually stun this, maybe? I think you could maybe stun this guy, but this Radiant Pulse goes off. And boom, it does a lot of AoE damage. I already cloaked. I pre-cloaked so that I wouldn't take any damage. But you can see everybody else is getting chunked. Lynx is doing a good job healing everybody. But anyway, that's the only dangerous part about that opener, as you guys well know. We're doing pretty good damage for 3 targets. Uses every cooldown. Here's the next big pack. This is can be a little bit dangerous, but it's actually not as dangerous as the next pack following it. So I'll push through here. This is, look, we're doing 22k though, 21k, 22k. What do you need to do, Chase? We're doing lots of damage. Obviously, Sleep is pumping on survival. Here's the dangerous pack that I want to talk about. He double pulls here, the tank. So that's good, but this pack can be very dangerous if you don't pay attention. So I tricks the tank to make sure I'm not going to take any aggro, and then I'm getting ready to CC anybody that I can, right? So very important that you use your CC as an Outlaw Rogue. You can see it up here. Comes Stasis Beam right there. So I kidney that guy, so there's no Stasis Beam. Very good.
Sorry, I'm hella focused right now.
Then we're also doing a lot of damage, by the way. 22k, 23k, 25k. Insane damage for me, right? Like I'm really impressed with that. That's pretty good. Again, I'm getting better at the rotations. I'm getting better at figuring out like exactly what buttons to press first and when to press them, what order to press them in. It's so important with Outlaw Rogue that you don't miss a single finisher, that you don't use your cooldowns, or sorry, that you use your cooldowns before you use the finisher, because you don't want to waste those 5 seconds of cooldown reduction. It makes such a massive difference. So just be aware that we're doing lots of damage, which is really cool. We'll push ahead here. Here's the mini boss. Right after he finishes casting Rift Blast, he's going to cast an empowered thing right here, empowered glyph. This is very important to kick because it makes him do incredible amounts of damage. You can see even DBM is like, yo, interrupt this. So I interrupted. I'm always making sure that I'm ready for that. So that's the important thing to talk about for that mini boss. Let's get to the boss fight. It's Star Wars Man himself, Zo'phex. Nothing really crazy to talk about here. I do want to highlight something that Kaz does on the mage. Kaz is on the mage now, not on the monk anymore. He was having a frustrating time in melee. But watch this. This is really cool. Kaz does a really good job on both of the interrogations, of which he gets targeted for the first 2. So here it comes here.
Oh no.
There's interrogation number 1. It's on Kaz. And he runs away, and then he just ice blocks. So he didn't even need to run away, which I don't think he knew that. I didn't know that. I didn't know you could just ice block and it would cancel it. But that's ice block number 1 for Kaz. Did a really great job there.
I don't think you do.
Here comes number 2. Kaz is over in the corner here now. You can see his little ice mage over there. Interrogation number 2 goes on Kaz, and he immediately ice blocks again to block it. So just huge. Like, that saves you so much time and DPS. You don't need to DPS the little cage that the person gets put in. And number 2, you don't have that person who gets targeted with the cage doesn't have to run out of like melee or wherever they are and stop doing damage. So Kaz doing that quickly saved us like probably like 15 to 20 seconds of DPS, which is actually incredible on Tyrannical Week because Tyrannical Week is really annoying. So that's the boss fight there. Kaz did a great job there on his mage, double ice blocking. I'm tricksing the tank, and then I wasn't sure if he was going to pull those because then I was going to try and kick those guys, but I ended up using my kick here. And then I realized that guy's going to start casting Stasis Beam. I get Stasis Beam on me. I can actually get rid of it with my human racial, which I do. And then I decide I'm just going to blind this guy because I don't want to deal with him anymore. But somebody had a dot on him, so he actually broke out of it. But anyway, these are the tools you can use, of course, as a rogue to help your team. Really, really big deal. Let's move ahead to the mini bosses coming up here. Always go left here when you're coming out of this first section. Always go left. Don't go right. In my opinion, it's just straight up easier. These mini boss guys are easy to kill, even on the higher keys. This guy, of course, forces everybody to stay close, and then he does Beam Slicer. But again, you just dodge it. Like, you just avoid it. It's not that hard. So, not too much to talk about here. The next 2 mobs, as you guys know... Oh, did I shiv them there? I'll show you shiv later. The next 2 mobs, as I've told you many times, these guys need to be killed at the exact same time, or they will go back to full life if, like, one of them dies and one of them doesn't. Number 2, you have to kick Ancient Dread. Otherwise, you get like 25% reduced haste, which you don't want to get. You know, trust me. So here it is, Ancient Dread. You need to figure out a kick order. I said to the group, I'm kicking this guy, and Kaz said he was going to kick the other one.
Okay.
So that we get both Ancient Dread casts are gone. The Lava Breath will come out. The tank should be steering these mobs away from the group, but I can just move out of the way, which I do for the second Lava Breath. But generally speaking, the tank should move the mobs out of the way, but it's not a big deal. We're doing good damage once again, and you can see their health is dropping. Now, they will enrage here. This is Raging Week, right? So the monsters enrage when they get low. Shiv can be used to stop enrage. See how he just He shrunk there? So he grows here when he enrages, and I hit him with Shiv, and he shrinks. So that's how you can tell you've successfully Shiv somebody. But Shiv is amazing for that. For all rogues, you can do that. Now, look at their health totals. This guy's going to die right now, so we need to DPS this one down.
Get him.
And we do.
Nice.
So everybody did a good job with target selection there. Fantastic. Then you're going to drag the dinosaur down below here. I want to show you something that's really, really cool. I really love Tricks of the Trade, and I miss it. The fact that I don't have it on my Shaman actually makes me so sad because I get aggro problems on my Shaman all the time. Look what you can do with Tricks of the Trade here. Whoops. Not sure what happened there. I tricks the tank. Right here, you can see it on the raid frames. Then I decide I can just go in. And I shoot this guy, and he runs towards the tank. He ignores me. And I start attacking these guys, and they all ignore me, and they go to the tank. Now, my tricks is fading right now, so that was good timing. But, like, you can see that it's just like you can just run in without fear as a melee player and do damage and start doing damage right away. And not only will the enemies not target you, but they will go target the tank instead. It'll give threat to the tank. So,
yeah.
Tricks of the Trade is like such an incredibly strong cooldown. You need to use it as a rogue on cooldown. Like, just use it all the time. It'll make you safe, and it'll give the tank more threat, which is amazing. So, here's a really good AoE moment for us, just like the other one at the beginning of the video where we had a ton of AoE. We were doing 25k. We pop off right here. I'm doing 10k, 11k. It just starts climbing here, which is kind of crazy. 12k. The Phalanx Fields are really annoying,
I don't think we're gonna.
but I'll show you how we can CC those in a second. So Vi dies here. Then they have Phalanx Field number 1. So these guys start casting Phalanx Field. That makes them like basically invincible, and you have to stun them. So Phalanx Field number 1, we kidney shot it. You can see my kidney. And then I'm going to press Vanish Cheap Shot on the second one. Vanish Cheap Shot. Now, unfortunately, our Hunter does Intimidation, and the Priest Lynx cast Chastise, and yeah, Sleepa did Intimidation. So we like triple CC that guy. Not really the way we wanted to do it, but we'll get better at that. We'll get better at that for sure. Here's the Menagerie boss fight. This has the 3 different bosses in it. You start off with this big guy, Owlcrux. I don't know what his name is. Owlcrux. Anyway, what you want to do on this fight, and what this tank fails to do on this fight, is tank the second boss in a corner. Let's get to the second boss. The first boss is kind of whatever. Here's the second boss, Achilles, the big, he's like the Roman gladiator golem.
I'm good. Don't get
This guy needs to be tanked in a corner because he's going to start casting Purification Protocol, which sends out all of the orbs, not Purification Protocol, sorry, Venting Protocol, which sends out all of the orbs. And if you put him in a corner, the orbs, they come out every direction from his body. And so you can make them come out the back of him, hit the wall, and then go out the front where you're standing. And then you can absorb, like, all of the orbs, rather than him being in the middle like this, where he just, like, sends the orbs to Timbuktu, and you can't gather them. So very annoying when the tank doesn't put it in the corner. It didn't matter on this 15, but this matters on higher keys.
I can't get rid of mine.
Like, it really matters. So just make sure if you're going to tank this, to put this guy in the corner, because it really makes a difference. Then, of course, we have the third boss comes down, and she does Whirling Annihilation. For me, as a melee character, I mean, as an Outlaw Rogue, you have versatility in your build in that you can let the Whirling go off, and you can still hit the boss from range. You can do things like pistol shot, things like between the eyes. So this fight's not an issue for us, which is fantastic. Really love that about Outlaw Rogue. I do pistol shot right here. I got 5 of them off, or 4 of them off. Bring. And then I do a between the eyes from here. Boom. So I'm not losing damage. You see that? I'm not really losing damage, even though I have to respect a ranged mechanic. Lynx thought I was going to get one shot there, but we're all good. Then I do get hit by 5 of them here. I don't remember why, but the rest of this fight, of course, is pretty easy. You just get her down. Let's move forward.
No, it's really bad. Yep.
Let me move just past this next fight. I want to get to here. Let me back up a little bit. So you get past there. You're going around the bend. We're outside of the mail room now, so we've gone all the way around the outskirts there. There's a door over here. I say this in every single video. Make sure you talk to this chap right here and get him to open this door. He is the Portal Authority Tunnel Master. He will open this tunnel for you. And if you happen to die, you can take a tunnel to get back to this area very, very quickly. So make sure you do that. The bear went to start the RP. I need to ask you guys this question. He thought that just by walking through this door here that he's going to start the RP. My understanding of this is that you have to walk all the way over to the stage to start the RP. And if I'm wrong about that, I need somebody to correct me right now. I don't think that this NPC will engage in conversation with this bouncer until you get to the stage, like I have now. Now, I triggered it because I got to the stage, and he's going to start talking. Invitation.
There, I got it started.
And then he starts talking. Surely our friendship is right. But the bear just walked through this door and assumed that the RP was done. I don't think that's true. I need you to let me know in the comments down below because
I went all the way to the stage. And
I think that you have to go to the stage. That's what I've been told. But if I'm wrong, then I need to know that because then I just wasted like 10 seconds there, right? So anyway, in here, in the mailroom, it's really important that you obviously stun. I just kidneyed that guy. Stun the guys that are going to try and open these cages. They're the defective sorters. Because if they open the cages, they'll get the chickens out, and the chickens will like keep stunning you over and over again. It's really, really annoying. They do their little bakak cluck thing, and they stun you. So make sure that you CC the openers, the defective sorters, so that they don't open the cages, okay? Beyond that, this is just sort of tank and spank into the boss fight, which is right here. This is the P.O.S.T master himself. On this fight for Outlaw Rogue, man, we just have so many options that can help our team. We're doing 16k off the cuff, by the way. So you want to make sure that you soak as many of these little casks as you can that are in the middle of the encounter. The ones that spawn on the outer edges of the encounter don't really matter. We've kept the middle section here clear. That's what you need. Obviously, you just... Oh, yeah, I got slammed by... like an idiot. Obviously, you don't want a huge amount of puddles to spawn at all, but the middle has to be kept clean for sure. So... here comes the packages. Rogue is like exceptionally strong at doing these because you have sprint and you have grapple hook. You are very perfectly positioned to do these packages. I want to show you a cool thing that Xlyynks and Kaz end up doing in a second here. So there's the next version of the puddles. You can see we just let these ones go off in the corner, but we keep the middle secured. Okay. Kaz, again, ice block, really, really good. He can immune the mechanic there. Really, really good by
immunities in this group.
by Kaz. Okay, this is the packages number 2, and the drop-off area is at the back of the room here. I throw this package, and then again, I can sprint and grab the next package. Watch this. Kaz picks up a package and gets gripped by Xlyynks right over to where he needs to throw it. Really good stuff by Xlyynks. Nice. That was awesome. That was just really good by him. Really heads up play on how to use Leap of Faith. I just end up throwing the rest of the packages because I'm right here. You might as well. But really, really good by Xlyynks to grip Kaz like that and just immediately, because Kaz blinked over to the package to pick it up, and then Xlyynks like pulled him towards the gate to throw it in. So just really good teamwork. That's what you need to get these kinds of keys done. I'd already used my cloak here. This was a big mistake. So if you're doing Rogue, don't ever use your cloak. I mean, I had a priest with me, which is why I definitely shouldn't have done this. But I used my cloak to get rid of some of the magic damage over time that was on me from standing in the purple like swirlies. But I shouldn't have. I should have saved it for this moment where I can simply cloak off the big chest that you have to soak. So that was a mistake. Don't do that. Make sure that... Look at all the packages that get thrown at the same time. Make sure that you cloak the big one-shot mechanic, okay? Now, let's move to the area out here where you're going to do the market. Rogue is a very good candidate to do the market because you have sprint and you have grapple hook and you can stealth. So I get the stone here and I go all the way to the back to drop it off. Then an enemy spawns and he's on me. So I vanish here. Boom, get me out of there. So he goes off to the tank, and then I pick up the next thing. But then this guy re-aggroes onto me, and I totally didn't. The tank was like not near me, which he should have been. I don't know where the tank was, but it doesn't matter. I messed this up really hard. So the guy's on me. I should blind him right now because I have blind up and available. But I wait till I lose like almost all my health, and then I kidney him in a panic. Then there's a second guy who spawns, and I could have blinded him, but I didn't because I'm an idiot. So I forgot to do that. So I get back up. I grab it. We finish off the market. But just know that you've got sprint. You've got grapple hook. You have stealth. None of those things will stop you from carrying the different items around the market. So you're a really good candidate as a rogue. And Lynx has grip in case we need to be gripped somewhere as well. So just lots of tools from the rogue. Lots and lots and lots of tools.
Actually, Chase, it's so good in lots of different areas.
Let's go to 26. This is the Zo'gron boss fight. There's actually nothing to talk about here. That's really crazy. This fight's really, really easy, even on Tyrannical. There's nothing too dangerous here. This suppression spark is maybe the only one, but that's it. You don't have to worry too much about it. So then we finish the fight, and we get to the last boss up at the top here, so Zo'azmi. This one is, of course, the one where he divides the room into different sections. So, again, nothing too crazy to talk about here. I will get to the double kick moment, though. Let's push forward to the double kick moment, because that's important. So he does another Shuri, and then he does it right here. So this is called double technique. If you have never seen this, you have to kick this twice. But the full cast of double technique is like 20 or 25 seconds long. You have to kick it twice. So if you kick it once right away, after it's gone off for 5 seconds, the second channel will just go for 20 seconds because it's like a total of 25. So somebody kicks it right now. It's been interrupted. Let me see that again. He starts casting. Somebody kicks it right away, which is fine. It was probably the bear. Then, yeah, it was the bear. And then I told everybody, I'm going to kick the second one.
I can get it.
Now, what you want to do is, you can see it in the bottom of the screen here, double technique down here. It's going to go very slowly, and you want to wait till it gets to the very, very end before you kick it. Okay, I kind of chickened out there and got it done a little early. But the point is, if he's standing there channeling this spell that you're ultimately going to kick, he's wasting his time. And you can basically get a whole bunch of free damage off there. So that's it.
Right at the end.
I end up dying there to the rings. So that was it. That was our Gambit. Not Gambit. Streets. Let me go back over to WoW here. Let's go back over here. Bum ba bum bum. It's over there now. Good, yeah. So our damage overall was kind of like meh. I don't even know if it's here. It is here. Look at that. It wasn't very good. Like, I had some really good moments. Again, this needs to get better, though. And I was a little frustrated with my damage overall. It could have been way, way better. So, I mean, one thing about the rogue that's really important to understand is that your job in a lot of these cases is to make sure that you're controlling the enemies, right? So you can do things like cheap shot out of Vanish. You can do kidney shot. You can blind. You can gouge. You can do a whole bunch of things that are important for the group's success. You can use tricks on cooldown. You have a lot of defensive buttons like feint and evasion, and of course Cloak of Shadows. I mean, it's just like you're just built to survive, and it's amazing that way. So don't be too discouraged if your damage isn't like insane. I was a little bit discouraged, but I know my place. I know my role. I know what I was doing in this dungeon. I know how I helped my team, and ultimately we timed the key with like 7 or 8 minutes to spare. So doesn't really matter, does it? So there you go. That's Tazavesh Streets. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, let me know what you think about Outlaw Rogue and about everything that you're seeing me do here. If you guys want to play Outlaw Rogue, let me know. I would love to tell you guys about it. Maybe do a tutorial video soon if there's enough interest. So let me know about that in the comments down below. And let me know about the marketplace in Tazavesh. That's what I really wanted to know about. That market skip. Do you have to get all the way to the stage to activate the RP, or do you just have to walk into the market to activate it? I would love to know from you guys in the comments down below. Thank you once again. If you like this video, drop a like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit that sub button. I think a lot of you guys haven't subscribed. I gotta pick up that. I gotta show that little stat that shows how many people have subbed and haven't up. But if you haven't subbed yet, I would really appreciate hitting that red button. There's also a Patreon link down below if you want to support the future of what I'm doing at this channel. And until the next one, guys, we'll see you later.